Double checking everybody's here. Everybody, please say some words, say some things.
Hello.
Hold on, I didn't say now. Hold on.
I'm just following instructions.
True.
Alright, we are all there. Fantastic.
Alright, here we go.
Genesis, you take it away.
Alright. Welcome to another episode of Crafting a Chat. This week we got a full house here. We got number one fan of the podcast, Kevin. We got Desunoto. We got Adam.
Are you serious? You introduced me last?
Genesis.
I'm one of the OGs. And you go through them first?
You last.
Yeah, you did.
Well, I went last.
Yeah, but you know, you're talking, so whatever. Continue, whatever.
Okay, listen. I don't take any favoritism here, okay? But yeah, welcome everybody to episode. Listen, you're not going anywhere. He threw himself in a closet, okay? Don't worry about it.
Oh no.
We're on episode 32 here. For some reason I thought it was episode 33. I have no idea why. But guys,
Numbers,
what have we played in this past week? Anybody want to go first? Cool. I'll go silence.
Since
I played Apex Legends.
Oh, never mind. Kevin, go ahead.
Playing Apex Legends and Loop Hero mostly. Nice. And a little bit of Alan Wake.
Alan Wake. Which Alan Wake are you playing again?
What?
Huh?
There's only one Alan Wake.
No, isn't there multiple Alan Wakes?
No, there's one.
There's like there might be DLC, but there's just one.
Yeah, there's just one.
Oh, okay. I apologize. For whatever reason, I thought there was more than one on Xbox or something like that on PC.
Oh, sure.
I don't know why I thought that then. Okay, well, yeah, that's cool. I know we have to still beat We Were Here. Did you see the teaser trailer for We Were Here Forever?
No.
There's a PlayStation 5 game coming out that's apparently
boy. Yeah, I guess we need more of that.
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
It's going to be great. It's going to be fantastic.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm getting it immediately.
Oh, yeah, so am I, because we're going to play it. We're going to beat it, and we're going to platinum it, absolutely.
Alan Wake 2, PS5 exclusive for Sony, March 23rd, 2020. That never happened. So...
No, that never happened. Absolutely not, absolutely. I played more Rogue Company as well after you had initially showed me, and I'm getting the hang of Rogue Company now, but I need your expertise in that, I think, a little more, because I don't seem to understand some of the mechanics in this game. Like, I play the Ronin, I think, and I don't know. Everybody just seems to one-shot me, and it takes me 17 bullets to try and get someone else. Although that is my luck in every shooting game that I play, every FPS.
I got your help.
Third
you ready?
person. Get better.
No.
Oh, okay.
Play with me. I'll carry you.
All right then. Okay, nice. I'll take it. I'll take that one. I'll take that. Anyway, okay, cool. Who wants to go next? Desunoto, go ahead.
I'll go again.
Most of the same stuff. Fate Grand Order just wrapped up a short event, so I was finishing that up. And then there's a new servant that's coming out at another week or so that I'll probably be rolling for. I'll definitely be rolling for, actually.
You spend a lot of money in that game? Is that like free rolls, or you gotta spend money for that?
It's both. You can. You also don't have to, but the drop rate for servants is not that high. So
it's basically not pay to win, but it's a lot of microtransactions.
Yeah, I mean the only thing is like actually buying the quartz is the microtransaction part of it, but to roll, that's the currency used to roll.
Okay.
But you can. There's plenty of people that do free to play.
Adam?
I've been playing The Forest with a good friend of mine. He shall remain nameless. We're making good progress. Yeah, I've been playing a lot of The Forest with you, Genesis. We've been making some good progress. getting a lot of
we have a nice
logs.
little town going there now with so many logs and a house being built and a network of zip line. It's amazing.
Yeah, we
one
got
of
a
these days,
nice,
maybe we'll do a
nice
special
island.
stream for that.
Yeah, we really should. Or we'll do one of those things where we did last time, the Ghost of Tsushima thing. We just filmed, didn't even mention it. We'll do that.
What do you mean? We never did Ghost of Tsushima. That was Minecraft. It was just the
Oh
HD
yeah,
version
you're
of
right.
Minecraft.
New texture pack.
Yeah, with the samurai swords.
Yeah, I forgot. Thank you for reminding me. I also finally went back to play Lego DC Supervillains. I think I was doing that the week before too. Whatever. I platinumed it. I did all the DLC. I got 100% of the trophies. That's now my 75th platinum, so pretty excited about that. Quite the milestone.
Congratulations,
75.
Thank you.
Yeah. I thought Last of Us 2 would be my 75th, but I still haven't had the get up and drive to go back to that game. I think I'm just kind of waiting for a PS5 patch.
That's the same thing I'm waiting for now. I want a PS5 patch for that game now.
But yeah, that's about what I've played. I haven't really touched too much. I'm getting through the DC movies to prepare for the Snyder Cut on Thursday.
Is that the 18th?
Yeah, Thursday. So yeah, 18th. I'm not watching it until Friday because Chuck and I are gonna watch it at the same time. And like chat and stuff.
Are we still calling him Chuck?
Yeah, I guess. I say we just call him what his name is that he last gives us.
Yeah, alright then.
So,
Chuck, okay.
Yeah, it's whatever.
Yeah, Chuck,
It's not important.
good old Chuck Norris.
Good old Chucky. But yeah, that's what I'm playing. What about Genesis? You already talked about you, I think.
I did not. I actually played, obviously, The Forest. I played that already. That was a lot of fun playing that so far. We can't wait to get back into it so we can build some more. We can go chop up some more trees and build some more zip lines to unnecessary places because it takes even longer to get around the other places. And played a little bit of COD, played some Resident Evil Online. The first time I've tried that was an experience because the lobbies were fantastic. I was level 1 with all level 100s, so that was great. I installed Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag for I don't know what godforsaken reason I did that, just because I wanted to play the multiplayer, and then I couldn't find any matches, so I was like, well, that's a good enough sign for me that I should never touch this game again. So I took the disc, I burned it, and I threw it in a compactor. So, you know,
how was the performance
basically.
though? How was that? Did it
it ran like it should, like a piece of garbage.
Okay.
So, yeah. What else did I do? Played Rogue Company. I also played... I think that's it. I don't think I played anything else. If I'm missing something, I apologize. I always miss something. I never remember every single thing that I play.
What are you apologizing to?
I don't know, the audience that we have.
I'm sorry, games.
However people we have. I just always do this every week, and it's becoming a trend now for me where I'm just slowly gaining Alzheimer's because I can't remember anything anymore.
I thought you said Alzheimer's for a second, then I caught there was Alzheimer's. We're there. It's all right.
But yeah, that's it. Anyway, yeah, that's all I played. What are we talking about today, guys? This is the 16th of March. Tomorrow is supposed to be some crazy, stupid day with people getting their stimulus checks again. So there's going to be people all over the place shopping like crazy. Any news stories you want to talk about? See, this is this awkward silence that this man just enjoys so much.
I have so much to talk about, but I just like feeding off of that. You know what I mean?
I know you do. I know.
One day, special episode, just all silence. I'm telling you, we got to do it. The real fans will make it through.
I'm just gonna sit here staring at Kevin, and he's just gonna be looking at you, and you're gonna be looking at Desunoto, and he's gonna look at me, and I'm like,
that'll be our episode sponsored by like Purple Mattress or something. You know what I mean? Like,
guys, hey. Purple Mattress, buy one, sponsors.
Matches this table.
It would.
Yeah, it does. Oh God, yeah, that's crazy.
I don't think they're actually purple, but I don't know anything about them.
If they are, yeah.
Oh, are they? You know what? I don't own a Purple Mattress. I looked at them and I was like, that seems like overpriced garbage. Hopefully they don't look at our past episodes. Anyways.
By the way, we're sponsored.
Yeah, by the way, by HelloFresh. No. I wanted to talk about Bethesda because I have to admit something. I was right. I was completely 100% right. I said they would always be exclusive, and that's the end of that. Let's move on.
No.
No,
that's not what he said. No.
Well, okay.
Repeat what you actually said.
I said that, and I still think this is what it should have been, that only some games would be exclusive to Microsoft, and others, it just made no sense for them to cut a fan base. It just didn't make any sense. In my head, it didn't make any sense, especially what Phil Spencer was saying the last few years. But it turns out Phil Spencer realized he didn't have any exclusives, and then he downplayed exclusives, and now that he owns over 20 companies, he's he's like, all right.
That's insane.
I mean, good for Bethesda and Microsoft and all that, like cool ecosystem, I guess. But like at the same time, like I was 100% wrong. Genesis, you were right. I never thought
No,
I'd say
actually,
that.
I was wrong actually because remember I backed up. I changed my decision
Yeah, but
last
like
week when we
that
were
was
talking
peer
about it.
pressure,
So
you know. Like I threatened your family's life
True.
before the episode. Like you know how it goes. Wait, did that happen? Nah, whatever. It doesn't matter. But yeah, no,
hey, did you
I
threaten
was
me last time?
100% wrong. I've been wrong for a while. I've been saying the same thing since day one. I was so wrong. So
Well, they have those one-offs where you are wrong, but most of the time you're generally right with the knowledge you
I
have. But
mean, no
there's
one's
always
gonna
that
watch
one-off.
the past episodes. You know, like from here on out, I'll be 100% right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I agree with that one.
So I don't know if anybody else has thoughts on this. Number one fan of the podcast, Kevin, I believe you said some things before we started.
Did?
Yeah, about the whole Bethesda
Uh-oh.
thing.
Oh, yeah, I still don't understand this. Like, I don't
Mhm.
understand what Microsoft has to gain by any of this because I don't, it doesn't get them any more money unless they can somehow sell more Xbox consoles specifically
That's a good point.
because they don't get money from the sale of PCs and laptops. They just get money from the Windows license. So they're getting that money regardless. And I mean, most gamers out there probably have a gaming PC or laptop and or an Xbox. So even if you like, I also have no idea if you need a Game Pass because their wording is very weird with how the exclusives are going to work out because they specifically say Game Pass platforms, which could just mean PC and Xbox. But then why wouldn't you just say that? I think that you're going to have to actually have Game Pass in order to also play the exclusives. But like, you probably already have the system or a PC slash laptop, whatever, to play on. So really, you just need the Game Pass, which if they're that hard up to sell it, I don't know. Like, it's Microsoft. Do they really need that money too?
Well, Game Pass is also supposed to be coming to mobile, like through streaming and stuff. So, and they're trying to get Game
True.
Pass on Switch. That was rumored a while ago that they were trying to do that. I wouldn't actually be surprised if they approached Sony and Sony was like, "No, we're doing our own thing." So,
Okay, now
I,
if Game Pass also hit Nintendo, that could be something.
There was rumors about that back in the day where they were
yeah.
saying that they were exploring options of putting it on Switch or something like that.
But
And
like, if it's literally just going to be Microsoft stuff, I don't understand
yeah, because their
the
sales
business
of
standpoint.
Xboxes definitely have not been an impressive number, especially with the Series X and the S. And I also read somewhere that they're now advertising the Series S as like a 1080p 60 frames a second console when they originally were boasting that as like a 1080p and 120 frames console. So they clearly don't. I don't know. They're backtracking on certain things with the S in particular. But as far as like sales for the X, I haven't seen many. Like okay, how Sony's doing their drops every week. Every other. I think it's like almost every other day they're doing just drops via Direct and Amazon and Best Buy and Walmart and all that stuff. They Series X just doesn't. I don't know. They don't drop anything like that. So
Yeah, Kevin, what do you mean by like you don't understand what Microsoft gains on this since like PCs aren't being sold? Because it's not really about consoles being sold anymore. It's about getting subscribers to Game Pass.
I mean, if that's really what they're after, but do they really have to be that hard up? Like if you're Xbox Game Pass cannot survive without the acquisition of Bethesda, right? Let's just, not really a hypothesis, but like let's just go with that thought. Then like, why bother? I mean, I guess if you really think you can sell the service just because you've acquired some game company that has like exclusives, or not exclusives, they will have exclusives that people will want to play, or at least that's what you're hedging your bet on.
Yeah. Well, the
Like,
Bethesda fans were like super fans, and that's a fan base right there that will spend money on whatever Bethesda puts out. So,
I mean, kinda.
will it make a dent in Microsoft's pocket? Probably not. But at the same time, even if the wording is weird of exclusive to Game Pass enabled platforms or whatever it is.
Yeah,
I don't
something
even
like that.
know if you don't have Game Pass, I would assume you're still able to buy the game on an Xbox console. So they're still getting the profits of that. Also, Game Pass has exploded. I remember when PS Now had more subscribers than Game Pass, and then Game Pass has overshot that by miles. Game Pass is at almost 30 million subscribers at this point. Game Pass will continue to grow, and people are paying $15 a month for that. So they're making bank. That's what they're really investing in. So the Bethesda acquisition is like they put a whole catalog of games on there with crazy heavy hitters that are coming in the future, including Starfield and a new Elder Scrolls. Like they're gonna be okay with this.
Have they confirmed that Starfield's going to be just
I'm not saying.
Well,
Game Pass or something?
there's no they didn't make deals yet for it. That's because
Well,
when you first, or our friend Chuck sent over that news story, I said, oh, well, there could have been deals already made about the other games. And then looking into it, I found that no deals were made about games. The only games we know of that have deals are Deathloop
Ghostwire
and
and
Ghostwire
Deathloop.
Tokyo. So,
Yeah. I mean, I think I get Kevin's point at this, where he's saying he doesn't understand why they're doing it, because again, yeah, if unless you have Game Pass, then I guess this is, lucrative to you to do this, because
Well, I mean,
like
okay, but if you already have Game Pass, it's still not a new subscriber.
yeah, it's just a continuing subscriber, so they're just consistently collecting revenue, versus like when you buy a console, I think for them, not every gamer who has a PS5 or an Xbox Series X is buying every single brand new game that comes out. But you'll stay subscribed to Game Pass because you're going to get every brand new game that comes out on Xbox. Um, and even, some of the multiplats, like Outriders is not exclusive to Xbox, but it's coming to Game Pass day one. Same thing now with all the Bethesda games. Obviously, those are now exclusive to Xbox, so those will come day one on Xbox. So for them, it's a consistent stream of revenue. So I can't do the math in my head right now. 15 times 12. I mean, in a year they're making a decent amount of money in addition to whatever console that person is playing on, whether it be PC, whether it be what do you call it, Xbox or whatever. That's $180 extra. Yeah, that's about with the new. I don't know. They charge $70 for their first party games, right? Just like Sony does, or is that just
no.
Sony?
That's just Sony right now, really.
Okay.
2K, I think, was
I
So
doing it
mean,
as
that's
well.
most Series X games are 70.
Are they?
I'll double
Pretty
check that, or
sure.
Desunoto, if you want to
Like,
fact check that while we're.
Yeah, let me check.
because like the like 2K games, those were 70, and Sony was like our first party will be 70. Microsoft never came out and said their games will be 70, but also like just get Game Pass. If you have an Xbox and don't have Game Pass, you've made a mistake, because
Yeah.
there's just so many games on there. It's like when Netflix or HBO or something pays $100 million for a television show. That's terrible. Like who the hell wants that show? Apparently there's enough people that they think will subscribe to the service or remain subscribed, and they will gain their $100 million back for Friends that HBO paid.
I think it's more the consistent revenue for them that they're going to be gaining the traction with. I
Yeah.
think that's the most lucrative thing that they're thinking of at this point in time. And eventually they're going to have to raise the price of Xbox Game Pass, just for the amount of games that will still continuously come on there. And especially if they go down the route of, okay, well, we'll pull all first-party Xbox games and they're just going to be on Game Pass. They'll raise the price of it for that.
I'm just curious
But,
to
I
see
don't think
numbers
that'd be
for
a
games.
smart business move for them, but
well, you already have all these people subscribed, right? And then let's say you raise it, what is it, $15 a month? You get Live, you get Game Pass, and EA Play with that. Is that all three in there?
I think so. I think that's 15.
So let's say you raise that to $20, but you get access to all the games that are no longer going to be in retail stores. Because you got to remember too, the direction that they're going is, especially with the reported sales that they've had, a lot of their sales have been all digital versus physical. I think Sony did. They released like UK numbers. 63% of their sales in the UK were digital versus physical. So you're cutting the middleman out, which is very cost effective for them. They don't have to now send all these shipments of games to these suppliers, who will then sell those games
They
in their
didn't cut
markets.
the middleman out because they made that deal with GameStop, remember? Where if they sold cards as well, they would still...
That's more, I think, of like them just trying to save GameStop at that point, because they found, okay, well, if we can save that, that's actually an easy way to promote our product, because again, they were still selling PlayStation 5s. I think at the other point, it's still 2 or 3 to 1 or something like that. They still want to move hardware because that's still going to make them money, and it adds to that subscriber base for Game Pass. But I
don't think hardware matters as much to Microsoft anymore. I think they care that it sells, but I just don't think it matters as much. I think they really are just going all in on Game Pass. That's why the games are exclusive to Game Pass enabled platforms. I really believe that we are very close to a Microsoft without a console, because they eventually won't need one.
Sony, I don't think, would go that route, neither would Nintendo, because both their consoles still sell so well. I think you're 100% right. I think within the next, I don't know, I want to say maybe next console cycle, whatever that is, maybe the next 6-7 years, we're not going to see another
USB
Xbox.
stick. Like, here you go. This is how you do your games.
Like a streaming stick. Yeah, they'll have a streaming stick with the controller, like Stadia. They're just going to do Stadia correctly at this point in time.
No,
because at that point,
I mean, they are with their xCloud.
I mean,
yeah.
Streaming games is all well and good, but then has anybody actually played a multiplayer game while doing that? Because you have to not only stream the game, and now you also have to stream all of the multiplayer data. That's got to be hell.
Yeah, that's the other thing. We're not at a point yet where we can sustain something like that. Again, they have partnered with T-Mobile, who's like leading out the 5G stuff. So xCloud is directly running on all that for T-Mobile, Samsung phones too. So if they're anticipating that the saturation of 5G is going to get more and more, and then they can start to say, okay, let's go ahead and start doing the streaming, and they figure some. I don't know, they figure some formula out that reduces latency with 5G and all that, then, okay, I can see it as a viable solution. But yeah, that's correct. Right now, it is atrocious to play something like that online. I mean, it's just not feasible for a lot of, not even just the world, just I'm keeping it home, close to home here in America. You have people in the Midwest, they don't have access to high-speed internet.
Right. To be fair, though, with that in mind, Bethesda is probably a solid acquisition because they primarily make single-player experiences.
Yeah.
They need. That's what they need. Their portfolio is lacking that. That's exactly what they
lacks everything.
I'll tell you what, though.
Well, yeah.
Sony's now going to lack first-person RPGs.
They've got Gears and Halo.
I mean, are they? Really?
Yeah.
What are you missing? Fallout and Elder Scrolls? That's the only 2 RPGs that they're
Those
doing,
are big
right?
games. Those are very big games.
I understand that, but you can easily fill that void. Sony has enough talent to do that.
I don't think they have any studios working on first-person RPG games that are as good as an Elder Scrolls or a Fallout.
I'm sure they can make something that's better than an Elder Scrolls. and Fallout.
Wasn't
they
Kingdom of
can.
Amalur?
That's third person.
Kingdom of Amalur?
It is third person? Okay.
Yeah, Amalur.
I just know it was huge.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
it wasn't
Sony's
huge
more than
originally, and
capable of that.
it wasn't even
No,
that
it
big.
took a while for some reason. What do you mean? Was it that big?
I didn't even know it was huge.
Oh, it got re-released.
Yeah, but was it huge?
Yeah. At least it was on Steam.
Oh, okay.
I think the modding community was halfway decent too, actually, for the game. I could be wrong on that, but I think the modding community was halfway decent for Kingdom of Amalur.
Yeah.
Nintendo,
Well, Desunoto,
Nintendo
you
has
haven't
more
said
than enough.
anything.
Hi.
Hi.
Well, I would support the argument saying that Microsoft's moving in just a subscription-based thing.
So you think that as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that Nintendo
Now
and Sony will most
here's a
likely just
question.
be doing the
If they
same
go to
thing.
that, what do you think they're going to charge for just subscription? Are they going to raise it to a much higher premium because now there's no system?
I think
It's
we're
gotta
way
go
off
up.
from that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they'll probably introduce a little price hike as soon as they maybe by next year.
I could
Small
see it going
price
next year.
adjustment
Yeah, I
going
could
up.
see them doing another one.
It's just
by
like
next
how
year.
Netflix is with how the number of subscribers they have. They gotta just keep putting the price up slowly and slowly.
Yeah. Bigger
So
catalog
people
means
don't
more
notice.
servers, and more subscribers means more servers, and more maintenance, and more.
Yep.
It gets more and more expensive. But
Yeah.
Exactly.
profits are going to be there. So I still am hesitant on trusting it. Like, not that I think the quality of games will go down. It's just the Sony games, they come out. I don't want to play all of the Sony games that come out. I want to play some of them. Like with the whole Game Pass thing, like, it's great to have all this choice, but how often are games just going to go missed because, well, this game's free. This game's free too. Like, I know it's like it's a first world problem saying that, but having to decide which games I want to play.
Yeah, there's just so many on Game Pass.
Yeah, it's overwhelming sometimes. It's like Netflix. You just spend time scrolling most of the time.
Yeah, like at least
180
5 or 10
bucks for a
minutes.
year of Game Pass is three $60 games. Like,
Well,
you
games
get to
aren't
have all
60
those.
anymore.
Well, I'm just because there's no all $70 games, so I'm just saying, okay, that would just be I'm taking a even number and saying, okay, $60 games are
270s and a
what
Kenna.
270s and a Kenna.
Yeah, 270s and a Kenna.
Returnal, Ratchet, and then Kenna is 40.
Oh, Kenna.
Ratchet and Returnal are both
270s, a Kenna, and probably a Stray. I don't know how much
What do
Stray
you think
is.
Stray's gonna come out at? Probably like what, 39?
Probably, yeah, I would
maybe
guess
30?
30 or 20 or. But if it comes out at 70, I'm buying it. I don't care.
Oh, yeah, super hype.
I think that's Desunoto's favorite, most anticipated game is the cat
I
game.
honestly think it's all of ours.
I believe so. That and Pragmata seems to be the
I want to
most
play Pragmata. I like that. That looked
interesting
really
things
cool.
they showed.
Was
at
that the
State of
astronaut and
Play.
little girl thing?
Yeah.
It's the Dead Space looking guy. He literally has the helmet from
the astronaut
Isaac
little girl.
Clarke.
Yeah, no, I saw that and I was like, yeah,
and
this
and
looks
3D
like
printing.
stuff. Yeah,
it's
Real-time
Death
3D
Stranding
printing.
meets Dead Space meets Capcom.
That looked like
There you go.
Kojima Japanese stuff, and I was like, yeah, I'm out. I'm going to Xbox.
Oh my god. Now, Nintendo, I don't think has to really worry about doing anything like this because they seem to be selling Switches somehow, some way with their
Left and right.
But they
god-awful
are
library.
remastering games that came out on the Wii U, and then they're selling even better than ever before. So Nintendo's living their life. Switch is
but
going to
the
overtake
remasters that they
PS2.
do is the remasters that they're doing. Oh yeah, I know. the remasters they're doing are all not even good remasters. They're not even a proper, like even up-res of like the character models. It's just a simple resolution boost in the game. That's all it
The
is.
newest one was, because it included like DLCs and like a whole new world. The Bowser one that just came out, Super Mario 3D World.
Okay, as an extra, that's the only one out of the entire bunch.
I mean, I can't really fault them because it's working. So,
I hate it.
like, as much as you hate it,
that's
people
just
buy
what their fan base is used to.
It's not even just the fan base buying it, because you can't say how many Switches are out there now. 80 million.
I'm close, yeah. Oh, I think over 80 million at this point.
Yeah, and it's been 4 years for that console. Like,
so stupid.
It's not even just a fan base anymore. I know people with the Switch and they only own one game, myself included.
Me too.
Yeah, I don't have a need for a Switch.
Wait, what game do you own?
Casual people.
What game do you own?
He doesn't own one.
You said
no.
You
know somebody who also
get one. Play
only
Animal
has one
Crossing.
game.
Somebody get Animal Crossing. Play with me. Come on.
No, nobody wants to play that game.
No.
Okay, well, go to Xbox. Screw you guys.
Alright, see ya.
If Sony was to make like an online service like that, where you have Suhan 0930 actually saying he loves Animal Crossing. Adam,
Suhan.
you got somebody to play with.
Yeah, I don't play that game anymore, so.
Oh, all right. Sorry, Suhan.
I'm not 12. Don't set me up on play dates anymore. How old are you? How old are play dates?
Damn.
Like 6? I don't know what play dates are, My mom was yeah, you're lonely for a reason. I'm not going to subject some other kids to hang out with you. I'm like, that's fair.
He said he feels so jebaited.
Honestly, yeah, you should. Welcome to the internet.
I'd like to point out, Suhan is a female, by the way. They are a frequent viewer in my stream.
I want to point out that I don't care. Suhan, I didn't ask what you were packing. I treated you the same way. You know what? Not Desunoto over here. He cares for some reason. I don't.
He's one of those guys that cares about viewers, unlike us.
Exactly. He's one of those guys. You know what I mean? Those girls got to stick together.
Yeah.
High
five. If Sony's gonna make something like that, where they make you only get PlayStation exclusive games day one, all Sony exclusive games, and you can download PS2, PS3, and PS1 games on that service. What do you think they would charge for that? Same as what they charge for PS Now, or would
no?
they
PS Now is cheap. It would go way up. I don't think they do it. Mostly because they said they wouldn't do that.
See, they said they wouldn't do that, and then Jim Ryan says, "Oh, we have some Game Pass-like thing to show." I can't say anything
he
yet.
didn't
Stay
say
tuned.
that. Because what they asked was, "Hey, do you have anything similar to Game Pass?" And he said, "We have something in the pipeline." He didn't say we have something similar to Game Pass. He just responded to their question like, "Yeah, we got something in the pipeline." I still think it's only going to be a backwards compatibility thing, or possibly even a third-party thing. They would never make their exclusives go day one for free on a service. I just don't see that happening. They're all about making deals.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Kevin, any thoughts on that?
Nope.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah, I don't know. If that was like that, I don't know. I would have to say maybe like $10, $15 a month for that.
Hold on. Speaking of making deals, Sony made a deal with Haven Studio. With Jade Raymond.
Who is that now?
Yes.
Jade Raymond was the producer of Assassin's Creed, the good ones. And then she went to go to Watch Dogs, and then she worked on the Star Wars license with EA, and then she went to Stadia, and a month ago she left Stadia, and then everybody was laid off, and now she started a new studio.
Is that a first-party studio for them?
No. Second party, please read articles when we send them. It's a second-party studio that Sony has invested in. It's similar to a Kojima Productions, Death Stranding kind of situation.
Second party.
But her team is making a first like a Sony exclusive. So it'll be an exclusive game made by a second party studio, exactly like Death Stranding. It's literally called Death Standing. It can stand because of rigor mortis. That's a tagline.
God. What did they make besides that? The director Who else is in that company that is noteworthy of that? Because if that's the only person, then
Well, she's been in the industry for 25 years or so. She's
okay.
done a lot. I mean, she's in the last few years her projects have not been great, obviously, because of Stadia and Star Wars, EA, and all that, Watch Dogs, and yeah. But it's mostly just a team that she's created. I didn't see any other names in there. There may be other names, but I don't know them. But I'm curious to see what they make. But at the same time, this is probably 2 years away from even being revealed, I would imagine. Or unless
Okay.
like in the fall they show like a teaser trailer for something. But I wouldn't even know what kind of game it would be. I don't know how big the studio is. So
A lot of unknowns.
yeah,
A lot of unknowns.
it's interesting because they never bought Blue Point, but they're investing in studios to make exclusives for them. And when I first read this article,
Blue Point, would be great.
yeah. But when I first read this article, I was like, I can't wait till this team puts out their first game and then Microsoft buys them.
You love this awkward silence.
Honestly, I really thought somebody else was going to say something. I noticed you muted yourself because Baby was there, Baby was not there. And then it was just...
Yeah.
And then it was like nobody said anything, and I was like, I'm keeping it. I'm leaving it,
Yeah,
Nobody had anything to say about
absolutely.
that. Anything about Haven
Absolutely.
Studios? Desunoto, I know you're itching to say something.
I read that earlier today. The dude had or was it was a woman?
Yeah, Jade Raymond.
Okay. She had a interesting little paragraph she wrote about why she decided to or what she wanted to do with the studio and all that.
Yeah, she wanted it to be a haven for video game players. She wanted it to be a
Yeah.
haven for game directors, a haven for creators. Like it was an interesting little
Yeah.
point, and it was nice to read. Honestly, it seemed genuine.
Right.
So I'm curious as to what they make. I'm not excited. I'm curious.
Phil
So
Spencer also tweeted congrats on the new studio
I saw that.
under PlayStation's tweet.
Yeah, Phil Spencer, good guy.
Is
Probably
is nice,
not.
yeah.
Hate that guy. That guy's terrible.
No, he's a good guy. He turned Xbox around after being part of the team that completely destroyed it. He's really turned it around, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that.
He always says
Kevin,
he's
you got
listening to
anything?
podcasts,
Nope.
Kevin,
What?
I appreciate
What?
you. I'm glad you're here.
Thanks.
Kevin, you have,
you know
you
what,
have something
actually,
to talk
Kevin?
about? You have a topic? You got anything?
Nope.
What do we pay you for? Oh, we don't pay you? What the hell?
You know what, actually, Kevin? Now that you're here, because I didn't get to talk to you the last time about the remake now of Diablo 2 that's coming out. Because I think I had mentioned that, 2 podcasts ago. I think Chuck was here, but you weren't here.
Sure.
What are your thoughts on that? Because I've never played Diablo 2. I only played Diablo 3.
Shame on you.
I apparently, because I've heard is one of the best ones.
It is the best one. I don't know. I mean, I have the utmost confidence in Vicarious Visions. That's their name, I think, right?
Yeah, because
Correct.
they got taken over to handle all that stuff by Blizzard now, right?
Yeah, as long as Blizzard keeps their hands to themselves and they don't try to like actually fix something that Vicarious Visions will do just fine making that on their own, that game will be fine. It'll be real good.
That's
It's looking real
that's a
good.
ground up
They're
remake,
doing a
right?
lot. What?
Okay. Yeah, I
What?
didn't. No, I was saying, is that a ground up remake?
ground up remake.
Like made from
meaning
the
like
ground up. Yeah.
yeah.
I got it. You don't realize how complicated that question is to answer. So it is and it isn't. All right. I do not know how to technically put this, so I'm just going to explain this as best I can, okay? So,
Explain away.
interestingly enough, and you can watch the BlizzCon opening ceremony, I think is where they show this off. If not, it was during the Diablo 2 panel. But they are making this remake in such a way that you can toggle between the original game's graphics, frame rate, animations, everything, and the redone graphics, animations, frame rate, and everything because they are building the remade everything on top of the existing engine. So everything is going to function as Diablo 2 functioned, but it's going to look smoother, cleaner, blah, blah, blah. I don't know how that works, but
What? Yeah,
it's exactly as they said
how
because they switch between the two, and I see it. I don't know how that.
Yeah, I've never heard of a game getting remade. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. I've never heard of a game getting remade like that, where you would build on the original, have everything of the original, and then put like another layer on top of it and say, "Here's the remake."
The
If it's
Master Chief
happened, I didn't know
Collection,
about it.
You could switch between
Eh?
graphics. Like you could have
You
classic
can,
graphics or the new ones. I don't know about animations or frame rates.
but
I'm pretty sure
the
they
thing
want
the thing
updated
about
frame
it,
rates
I
and
mean,
stuff.
the thing that makes it so different, I think, because I don't, I'm sort of tech savvy, but like I don't understand everything about programming. Um, the thing that's vastly different though with Halo is that's like taking an already fluid movement system and everything and just making everything look pretty. Whereas Diablo 2 had like a locked frame rate of like 30 frames a second. Diablo 2 Resurrection goes much higher, at least 120. So like to
Okay.
have animations that max out at a certain frame rate in the old graphics and then max out at a totally different one using the new graphics because the new graphics is somehow built on the old graphics. I don't know, it's weird. Watch it. Maybe you can make sense out of what the developer dude says.
Genesis, that's your homework. You're gonna watch it and you're gonna explain everything next week.
You know what? I'm gonna do that. That's my project. That's my homework to do for next week because, again, I've only played Diablo 3.
Because another thing
and
about Diablo 2 was,
yeah,
unlike Diablo 3, um, God, how do you word this? Yes, you move around in like a 3D space, quote, quote, because like isometric view and like you can move around at different
yeah. Would you
angles.
classify that as like 2.5D or something
But,
like that?
yeah, you could. But in Diablo 2, you can only move in a certain amount of directions. You can't move in between them. Whereas Diablo 3, you can sit there and keep running around in circles and move it basically every single possible direction. Kind of. You can't, but you know what I mean. Diablo 2, you can only move in certain ways. I think there's like somewhere between 8 and 16 different like orientations your character could possibly have, because that was it. Because like Diablo 2 came out years ago. We didn't
Yeah, that
have
was
all the movement and
when.
animations we do now.
When did that come out? Now I'm actually curious
Oh
because that was
gosh, I don't know,
a super long
90,
time ago.
95, 96,
Is it
maybe?
that long? 2000.
I don't know. 2000, okay, I was way off.
I mean, 21 years, yeah.
Um, and as far as I'm aware, they're doing a full remaster of Diablo 2 and Lords of Destruction.
So it's going to include everything from the
It'll
DLC.
include it all, yeah.
Okay.
As far as I'm
See,
aware.
I've never been, involved. I'm looking at some of the screenshots now of this thing. My God. So you're saying you can swap between this and the remake? I don't understand this.
Oh, good thing you have
What?
homework and you're gonna learn. So.
I don't.
But no, I
I
mean,
don't understand.
The short version, yes, I'm super excited for it. I hope it does really well, but I also hope that like Blizzard just lets Vicarious Visions do their thing because they did a great job with Tony Hawk and that remaster. So I have the utmost faith that they can be truthful to the source material as long as Blizzard lets them, basically. Because like Diablo 3 was questionable when it launched. They fixed a lot of it, but boy oh boy, what a mess.
Didn't Doom do something like this where you could swap between the original graphics of Doom and then the newer Doom when Doom 2016 came out?
Okay, so yes and no. That was a later edition, if I'm not mistaken.
So it was an additional thing. You couldn't swap between.
Yeah, because how the hell? Okay, from the start of the game, you were able to get into secret areas that would take you into like you would still be playing with the modern character model slash viewpoint. The first person perspective didn't change, but like you could play the old maps with the old graphics. There was like 3 or 4 different secret areas that were like old levels basically. But then as they updated the game, they made it so that I think you could play the whole thing through with older graphics, or there was something with that you could do. You could play the original games as well, I believe, inside of it. Maybe
Yeah, that was
something like
that was the
And
only game
then
that
they made it
it
so
would
that you
come
could
to
also
mind.
center the gun, like the old games did, because
Oh.
2016 when it came out had the standard, it was held in your hand at an angle toward the center of the screen, whereas all the original Doom games were just the gun was dead center, pointed center.
Yeah, because when I'm looking at these screenshots, that's the only game that comes to mind that did something similar to that. And I might have to look up the Halo Master Chief Collection because that since Adam mentioned that one, I don't know if that did also
you can
do something
toggle between
similar.
the graphics. I've played the Halo Master Chief Collection. You can toggle between the graphics. It probably works better in certain circumstances, but like on PC, that's kind of a hot mess because in certain games when you toggle back to the old graphics, it actually runs worse, which makes no sense at all.
I don't. Okay, that doesn't make any sense. It's just odd that a developer would make a choice like that. Like, doesn't that make it harder on them to do a game? Like, am I wrong thinking that way?
It technically shouldn't, because like if you're gonna remaster the game, you've got to make all the new stuff anyways. And as long as you kept like enough of the source code from the first, I would think you could easily blend the two together. But I don't know for sure, because I'm not a programmer.
Yeah, no, neither am I. Yeah.
But
Adam,
I
you a
mean,
programmer?
Yeah, on the side. So
but
back in the day, I was mostly not anymore too much. Play more video games and watch TV.
remastering games is like it's a business in itself right now. Honestly, Night Dive is the king of it right now.
Night Dive.
Night Dive is they do a lot of PC game remastering. They did System Shock 1 and 2, Turok 1 and 2, Titanic Adventure Out of Time. They did all the old school Putt Putt and Pajama Sam, I think was the one character. There are a bunch of like kids characters from like Scholastic games and stuff. But they've been remastering games left and right, and the next one they're gonna be doing is Sin. I'll probably
They're
be picking
just
that
going
up too, because I never
around.
got a chance to play Sin.
They're going around and they're resurrecting like old like you said, System Shock, Blade Runner,
Blade Runner.
PC?
Blade Runner.
Yeah, Blade Runner remaster. But I don't know what this is.
What?
I just typed in Night
I didn't know it was
Dive.
a game.
Yeah, it says Night Dive releases new trailers for Shadow Man and Blade Runner remasters new System Shock gameplay.
Oh, Shadow Man, nice.
Oh God. So they're just going around and just like reviving
just search them
old
on
games.
Steam. Search them on Steam. Their library is gigantic. That's all they do.
Why is this the first time I'm hearing about these people?
I don't know, because I've mentioned them before.
Oh.
Yeah, they only do PC.
That would be a reason why. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm sorry. I don't game very much on the PC.
I mean, that's fine. You can still appreciate what they do.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying I don't. Yeah, no.
Right.
You know, I'm
Yeah.
not. I
I know
definitely
that. I'm
appreciate what
just
they do
saying,
here.
like,
Definitely. But yeah,
your input is still valid.
yeah. I mean, they make it to rock as well. Okay.
The
Yeah.
remakes
I
for
mean,
Turok are real good. I own both. They're
yeah. I
real
haven't
solid.
even seen any screenshot. I just seen the news article that they're remaking that. But yeah. I mean, I'm excited to see where they take Diablo 2 because I like Diablo 3. I still have yet to go through a whole game of Diablo 3, but I like how the game plays because I remember I jumped on that from Minecraft Dungeons, and Minecraft Dungeons is like a baby version of any of these games. It's a very
It's still
dumbed
very good,
down,
though.
easy. Yeah, it is still very good though. Yes, I will admit that it's very what's the word I'm looking for? Addictive. Like you just
Yeah.
go in and play, and you start playing, and you're like, wow, 4 or 5 hours later. But
Where
yeah,
did time go?
yeah. Speaking of where the time go, we're about 50 minutes in. Anybody got any more topics that they want to discuss before I get into rumors for the week?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, what you got?
I would like to bring to the table,
The
what
table.
does yes, this
Here,
purple
I brought to the table.
square, what is that?
Get that off the table. Get it out of here.
Oh.
Thanks.
Oh,
It's gone.
now I'm stuck
It's
here.
gone, guys.
Oh, thanks. All
Okay,
right.
cool. What you bringing to the table?
What do we think about the state of collector's editions at this point in time? Like, does
So how
anybody
many
think
of
they're
us
worth
actually
the
buy them
price?
still?
Right.
I buy them.
No.
I know that.
I do.
I also buy them.
Specifically.
Although
Why?
I barely bought them in the first place, so I guess I don't really count in
Oh,
this.
okay. Why are we buying them?
For the
Start
cool
with
shit that
that.
comes inside.
Cool.
Hell yeah.
The
Family
one collectors.
show.
Show, yeah,
The
it's family
one,
show.
the one collection that I bought, or the collector's edition that I bought that I'm still like super proud of, was Guild Wars 2 giant collector's box. It had a statue of Ritlock Brimstone that's like gotta be like 1.5 feet tall. Like it's huge. Among other things, but that was the one reason why I bought it.
Okay.
Is that the wolf-looking
Cool.
thing?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. I remember seeing
with the
that
flame
long
sword.
time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. That thing is huge.
They contracted like some professional toy makers in Canada or something like that, if I remember right.
Let's see.
I buy collector's editions because I buy them for games. I either know I'm going to like or a franchise I'm already invested in. Like I have all the collector's editions for Uncharted, starting with 3, because of how much I love 2. Really wish I bought the second. Um, I originally pre-ordered the first Last of Us collector's edition, but then had to cancel because I was a broke kid, and I just ended up getting
Oh
like the $80 version.
no.
I know, just whatever,
Oh
big
no.
mistakes. I know. And then when the Last of Us like statue came out that Sony was making, they only made like 1,500 of them. I was like, I should buy one for me,
Yeah.
and then I ended up buying one for a friend, and I didn't even keep it. So I was like, oh, yeah, I really made a lot of mistakes with those. I bought the Fallout 4 Pip-Boy edition. My phone didn't fit,
Yes.
and I was like, cool. And then I sold it to a friend for like
Yeah.
$60, just the
They
Pip-Boy
literally just
part.
put in random inserts for popular phones at the time and didn't think about, oh, is this
Yeah,
actually gonna work?
yeah, it didn't work for mine. I had an iPhone 4S. Like my phone kind of fit in, but then my phone was so old at the time. Still, it barely worked. Anyways, um, I bought the Arkham collections. I think all of them at this point. I don't know if I bought the Arkham Asylum one. I think it was a broke ass kid family show.
Family show.
Infamous Second
What?
Son.
What?
I bought the
kid.
infamous Second Son collector's edition. I still wear the hat, Telson's hat that came with it. I bought the infamous 2 collector's edition. That's somewhere. I have the infamous 1. I don't even know if there's a collector's edition for that. I think I just have infamous. Yeah. I have a lot. God of War. I buy all those collector's editions. And when the PlayStation 4 God of War came out, I bought the PlayStation 4 and I bought the collector's edition of God of War. So I have the statue and I have the
Oh,
custom PlayStation 4 with a custom controller.
oh
I
shit.
I really like the steelbooks. I get all those, as many as I can for games I know I'm gonna like. Just
Do you
because,
call
even though they
yourself
look
a
awful,
steelbook collector
yeah, even though they look
at
awful
this
on my
point?
shelf, because I'm like, what is this? Why is this PS4 game doing in my PS5s? Like, when it's all steel and I
Hmm.
can't see what console it's for. But yeah,
Hmm.
I just like stuff. I have a lot of Batman statues too, though, so I just like collecting stuff.
I share the same love for collecting.
So I'd like
I
to
only
think,
buy a
Specifically
collector's
stuff.
edition of like just the games that I think very close to Adam. The only ones that I love.
yeah.
Uh, God of War I bought after when it dropped really far down in price, and then I
Hey,
got it. Ghost
so
I
did I.
bought day one.
I didn't buy that one. I should
Um,
have.
Horizon I bought day one. Uncharted 4 I bought day one. I think my favorite collector's edition that I've bought so far is definitely the Dragon Ball Xenoverse one that came with the statue of Super Saiyan Goku. That statue is very, very well made. Extremely well made, actually. And
Yeah,
I
well, it's the same people
that's
who make the normal statues from
Yeah,
uh
yeah, that one was one of my favorite ones. And then even though another one that I maybe didn't in I like the game, but I wish it was a little bit better of a collector's edition. Was the Final Fantasy 15, where that box was such a good looking box that it came in and had so much stuff packed into the box. They had a PlayArt Sky figure, they had the Blu-ray, they had the postcards, they had a steel book, they had I don't know, it was like some Final Fantasy 15 box in there. I was like, dude, this is amazing. Um, that was expensive though. That was real expensive.
They
yeah.
usually are.
Uh,
They're
oh
overpriced, all of
yeah,
them.
like Kingdom Hearts 3's I caught collectors I did not buy because it came with the Toy Story versions of Sora, Donald, Goofy, and it was like $300, and I was
Oh
like,
my
that's not
god.
worth it for those unnecessary. Um, I didn't even like how they looked like that. Like I would have preferred like a normal version of him. Like if it was a statue, I would have said, okay, I'm all for it. I'm good. Um, and I was gonna do the Final Fantasy VII remake one, but that one was 350, and that came with Cloud on a working motorcycle.
Yeah, a
Also
coworker of mine bought that.
have to
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
factor in the shipping.
she's a big fan.
The
yeah.
shipping
Square
was
Enix's shipping is
atrocious.
terrible.
Can you
Like it
not buy
actually
that
came
off
back in
like
stock
Amazon
for
or something?
You couldn't buy. You had
no,
to
it's
buy it from Square
only
Enix.
Oh, that's
yeah.
annoying.
And it was I checked recently, they had a small restock out of nowhere. Shipping was about like $100 and something, like $120,
That's
$75,
stupid.
something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Go ahead.
most of the time I'm stopped by price. Like when I was
Yeah,
younger, I was stopped by price just because I couldn't afford it, and now I'm stopped by price not because I can't afford it. I probably could. It's just I
do I
can't
need it?
justify it. Like I
Yeah,
wanted the Last of Us 2 collector's edition, but I didn't get the biggest one. I got the Ellie edition. It
I
wasn't
should have.
it
I
was
should have
cheaper.
bought the biggest one. I should
Why?
have, and I
Well,
because remember
the
I was so bad. I was so mad. I canceled my order. That why I did that, and then I lost it. I couldn't get it again, and I ended up just settling for the special edition, the one with the steel book in it.
Oh yeah, the Ellie edition's nice. I mean,
Yeah.
the thing is though, I have no room, so the Ellie edition literally just sits in my closet along with some other people and their stuff. But like my favorite collector's
I like
edition that
that.
I
That
have,
was
thank
good.
you. My favorite collector's edition that I have is the Arkham
Did
City
you get
one,
that?
but it's the Arkham City one not because that it didn't come with a game case, which is stupid. I don't know if everybody bought the Arkham City collector's edition, but it didn't
I did
come with a
not.
game case. It literally came with no case. And it's like, what?
So just a
Uh,
disc in there somewhere?
It's a Batman statue on top of this like thing that you pull the drawer out and the disc is sitting there, like all settled. But the thing I loved about this so much, I was like, wow, this Batman statue's awesome. Opened it up and I wanted to touch it, and it cut my finger because the ears on that Arkham City statue are so sharp. And I've covered it and have never opened it since.
Is that
Because
the
it
one
is
with him standing on the memorial, or is that Arkham Knight?
it's the one where he's like crouched over, like in the superhero landing position.
No, that's okay. So I'm thinking about the
Yeah, you're
Arkham
thinking
Knight
of
one.
Arkham Knight. I'm looking at that one. It's right below the Arkham City one.
Kevin, is this part of a collector's edition that you sent?
That's the Guild Wars 2 thing that I took pictures of.
Oh my God, this
Yeah,
thing is
it's
detailed.
huge. Yeah,
it's
very
huge.
nice.
Yeah, this thing is big.
Yeah, because I wanted to
have
get
anything for Desunoto to show.
It's okay. He doesn't care. But I wanted to get the Sackboy Collector's Edition, but it was only on PS4, and I was like, well, I want a PS5 case. So
I was thinking of the same thing. I wanted the PlayStation 5 case, and I want the PS4 one. And the PS4 one had all the extra skins for them, and I'm like,
I know.
Darn it.
But I was okay, like, getting what I got, so. Plus, I have a bunch of little Big Planet, like, I have Sackboys figures. I have 3 of them. I have a Target one. I have one that just came with Little Big Planet 3, and then I have another random one that my dad bought me because he saw it at a store. And I still want the giant one that they sold for like a year that Media Molecule has, if you ever watch any of their live streams. But you can't find it anywhere. It sucks.
Speaking of that, what's a collector's edition that you've seen that you couldn't get your hands on? And I already know Adam's answer.
I'll go last. Everyone knows what it is.
Yeah. What's a collector's edition that you had seen and you couldn't get your hands on? Either it sold out, it was never made, or something else happened to it. Kevin, Desunoto?
Can you repeat the question?
So, a collector's edition that you've seen, like let's say it was shown, either it was sold out, it was canceled, or it wasn't made,
or you couldn't afford it.
You really wanted, or maybe you were at a time where you couldn't afford it, and it was a collector's edition you really wanted and you couldn't get.
I don't know if there is one.
I have like 2.
There was an Arkham Knight one.
It's that one. It's the Batmobile.
About too.
That's mine. It's the Batmobile one. I bought one, and then it was canceled because of the manufacturing stuff. You can buy them on eBay now, by the way. They're super expensive because some of the Batmobiles were actually made. They're not great quality, but people sell them on eBay for like $300 or $100. The cheapest one I seen sold was $125. I thought about getting it, but I didn't. But yeah, that whole system was a nightmare because they announced it and it was so beautiful. And the Arkham Knight Batmobile is so nice. Like, it is so cool looking. It looks modern. This is before we knew it turned into a tank. It just looks so good. And they announced it. And they're like, yeah. And then, like, 2 months before the game came out, they're like, yeah, it's been canceled. But then GameStop didn't confirm it was canceled for another 2 days. And then when they finally confirmed it was canceled, they're like, you're going to get your money back in like 14 days. All right, bye.
Yep.
It's like, all right, thanks. Thanks, man. Really appreciate that. So, because I was like, hey, it's canceled, but GameStop still hasn't canceled it. And I remember emailing like GameStop customer service, being like, please don't tell me. Come on. like a drug addict. Like, I was so excited. Genesis remembers because this was a big event. This is why I don't like GameStop. Because it took them 2 days to tell me something that the internet told me.
I'm pretty sure this is why a lot of people don't like GameStop.
It was scummy on their end. Because if you didn't cancel it, it would automatically roll over into the other collector's edition that I have. But I pre-ordered both because I wanted both. So, whatever.
There was another one that
he's crying.
That
I got another one. If you guys can't remember, but I ended up getting it. Infamous 2. I never had the collector's edition. The game came out in 2011, and at that point I was a year out of high school, and I didn't get my first job where I met all you boys. So I was not in the best monetary places in the world, and to buy Infamous 2 was a struggle in itself. The collector's edition, couldn't buy it. Good old Chuck, his brother bought Infamous 2 collector's edition. Never used it, never didn't care for it. And then Chuck was like, "Hey, you want it?" I was like, "Yes, I do." And he's like, "Pay me $40." And I was like, "What?" And he was like, "Come on, pay me $40." I'm like, "I'm not giving you money for this old collector's edition." And he's like, "I'm not giving it to you." I'm like, "How 30? You want 30?" I ended up giving him like $50 because we went out to eat and I paid. So,
Oh,
but I got Infamous 2, so that one really worked out in my favor.
Nice. Nice.
there was another one.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine. Go ahead.
That I had bought 2 or 3 of, but then I sold them all because I didn't play the game before I bought it, I didn't look at the game before I bought it at all. And that was The Last of Us, the post-pandemic
Post-pandemic.
edition.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then I never was able to buy one after it sold out. But then
But then,
but then I bought one for a high dollar amount.
Oh god.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
At least
Kevin goes, I like it.
7 or 8 times the original price, but
Yeah,
I have one now.
those were going expensive. So
Yeah, they're still very high right now.
the last I
But I
saw
have
that
one
clicker
now.
statue, I think I paid $200 for it for a friend, and the last I saw it, they were going for like 16. I'm like, what? I really made a mistake on that one. Uncharted 2, that collector's edition is sold at
God, that
high
was
prices
such
all the
a.
time.
Oh god, yeah, that was such a big one.
And that's just one that I completely missed because I didn't like the first Uncharted. I maintain that that's a bad game and the franchise should have died. I'm glad it didn't, but I maintain it was a bad game. But that collector's edition, whew, beautiful.
I only have about 2 or 3 that I missed, and these are pretty old ones that I really, really wanted, and I could not get.
Fire 'em off.
So the first one, I was never into COD back in the day, but this is the only collector's edition that I ever seen that I was like, oh my god, this is insane. Modern Warfare 2, where they had the night vision scope that you got. That was an actual night vision scope that you could, that it was fully functional, and it was like a real good one.
Those goggles, right?
No, it was like it had like an actual like lens in the front of it. It wasn't goggles. Like the goggles came with Ghosts. That I remember it had the goggles or something like that with it. This one was an actual like you could zoom in and zoom out. It was like I don't know. It was insane. Um, it was well over like $100-$200 for that one, and I couldn't. I didn't get it. I mean, I wasn't gonna spend it just to get that because I was like I'm never gonna play Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 after Modern Warfare 1. Because I despise Modern Warfare 1, because I would always lose. I was terrible at the game, that's why.
Modern Warfare 1 wasn't that great.
No, I hear that 2 was obviously the better one versus 1,
Oh, yeah.
but yeah. I played some rounds of 2 at friends' houses, and I was like, you can kill people a mile away with a knife, and I was like, this is terrible. I don't want to do this. I'm gonna subject myself to too much anger.
Modern Warfare 1 was just run martyrdom in P90 go.
That you know what? I would have to agree with that. It was the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Prestige Edition. That's what it's called. Which they don't make Prestige Editions anymore, right? Like the last one that they made was the drone or something that went with Infinite Warfare.
Oh, it was Infinite Warfare, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because the Juggernog Edition, which I bought, that was the last big Call of Duty collector edition I ever bought. Was the Juggernog Edition, which came with that mini fridge, which I think still sits in my old room. I think so. I think it's still sitting there. I don't know. Maybe it might be in the closet. I don't know. The second one, no matter how much I hate this franchise, the Assassin's Creed 2 Master Assassin Edition. Now, the difference with this is that there were two different editions. If you lived in the UK, there was an edition called the black edition, and then there was a white edition, and then here there was just a Master Assassin edition. So, the black edition, for everybody who played Assassin's Creed 2, when at the end of the game, when you get those Master Assassin robes, that was the black and white robes. That's the statue that you got when you bought the black edition in Europe or UK. Here you got the Master Assassin one. It was just his standard, the one he wears in the CG trailer on the cover in the beginning of the game, whatever.
Yeah.
That's the standard one he wears. And I scoured the internet to see if I could get one shipped from the UK because I needed that statue. When I got that armor in the game, that was by far my favorite. I used to just walk around in that game, not even do anything, just walk around, just spinning the camera around, looking at that armor over and over again because that armor was so good looking. I was like, if I could get a statue of this, that's insane. I would love it. Yeah, Assassin's Creed 2 Black Edition. I wanted that so badly. That was definitely one that I wanted. And then the last one, I think it's a toss-up just between, just for the sheer how cool it looked. It's going to be a toss-up between Bayonetta and, what's my last one here? I just had it on my screen here. The Uncharted 2, like Adam mentioned before. Bayonetta actually came with one of the guns that she had on her heels. You got an actual replica of the gun itself, and I was like, that's pretty cool. Not many games do things like that. I think like there was a good gun replica of like, it wasn't a COD game. I don't know if it was Battlefield or something like that, but there was one where there was a good replica gun you'd get in the collector's edition.
Was it a rifle?
I think you know which one I'm talking. Yeah, I think you know which one I'm talking about, Kevin. I think it was a rifle.
I don't know. I think it was Battlefield, but I don't recall.
It was a pretty good replica, and I was like, if I can get a replica, that's pretty hot. That's pretty cool. I'm waiting to see if somebody puts a replica of like a sword in the collector's edition. I would want that. That'd be awesome.
Maybe a Dark Souls thing or Elden Ring or something if that ever happened.
Dark Souls 3 had that big the big statue with the giant blade that he would hold with the greatsword.
I have that.
Oh, you're right.
Except the version they sold here did not include any of the extras. Just they only sold the statue separately at GameStop, and it was $500.
Yikes.
Yeah, UK seems to get a lot of those nice collector's editions. We sometimes get skimped out on the collector's edition. Sometimes I don't know why. But
real quick update: that Last of Us clicker bust that I bought, they're currently now $600 to $900 on eBay. The post-pandemic edition on eBay is $3,000.
If you bought it for some exorbitant amount of money like that, I swear to God, we'll figure something out for you afterwards. But you probably won't be here the next cast.
Well, he said 7 to 8 times the price, so he probably played closer to 1,000.
I bought it for about so I bought it for $1,000 and I got $100 back because they had an eBay buck special, so around like $900.
I mean, honestly, great investment.
Yeah, because you can sell it and make $2,000 now.
Unopened, brand new on eBay, sold. Because I looked at sold listings, 3,300. Opened, $29.99. So it's $3,000 no matter what. So and honestly, the statue not that great. I looked at it and I was like, all right, this isn't worth it. I don't know who would pay $900 for it.
Why are they so expensive then? If the statue's not even that great,
they didn't make that many.
Legendary.
Yeah, the game's legendary. They didn't make that many. So, like those clicker statues, they were expensive in the beginning because they only made 1,500 of them.
Okay. All right.
But now people are like, whatever.
I think that wraps up that collector's edition talk. We get into
Actually, I had one more question.
Ooh,
go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
How dare you?
What do we think about the prices? How they've gone up so high in the past, like since the PS4's come out? I think that's probably fair.
Yeah, collector's editions used to be like, hey, pay $150, and now you see some, and they're like close to $300. Yeah, because I remember I bought the Last of Us I don't even know what that edition's called. I think it was an $80 version. It comes with the art book. I bought that.
Survival edition.
Yeah, I think so. And
Yeah.
that was only like $80. It really wasn't that much more. But simple. And now like Miles Morales, wasn't that 80 with the Spider-Man Remastered? Wasn't even
Yeah,
collector's edition, but
that was
like
about 70 or 80.
yeah, I think it was 80 because 50 and then 30. Yeah. So, I mean, the collector's editions have always been ridiculous, and it sucks because I finally got to an age where I'm like, I can afford $150, and now it's like, I mean, I can afford $150, but all collector's editions are close to 300 now. That's why I won't ever go like. I'll go within my reason of like the Ellie edition. That was cheaper than the full Granddaddy edition, whatever the heck that one was called. But
The Ellie edition was the highest one.
You got the
no,
collector's edition.
yeah. What's
Yeah,
the
then there was a
what's the
collector's
difference?
underneath there. You get the bag,
You,
the
yeah, the
backpack in the
backpack.
Ellie edition, and I
Yeah, I
That
think
was the
don't.
some
Ellie
small
edition.
other
Yeah,
stuff.
I didn't get the backpack because I can't fit in a backpack made for a child. All right, she's been wearing the same backpack. You know what I mean? Like no. So I got the collector's, which was cheaper than the Ellie edition. I
Yeah.
forget it's called. That's not the Ellie edition because they both come with a statue of Ellie. The
Yeah, they
Ellie
both
is the
do.
backpack, is what we found out today.
Yeah.
Last of Us lore. Ellie is the name of the backpack.
Now, hear me out. If Kingdom Hearts 4 comes with some statue that's really nice, it's not a Toy Story statue, and it's $300, I'm probably going to just buy it and bite the bullet and do it.
Infamous 2 remaster collector's edition. Down payment on a house. That's where I don't care. I'm pulling out. What do we got to? I got to refinance my car to pull some money out. I don't care. What do we got to do? Just saying.
Yeah. Also, I think, and just one last thing is, do we feel the same way about limited edition consoles? Like,
Yeah.
if a limited edition, and I hate not buying the Kingdom Hearts 3 PS4 Pro. I wish I bought it, but I already had the Death Stranding one, and I was like, I'm not gonna buy it again. Do we feel the same way about that? Like I think if a Final Fantasy VII Remake PS5 came out, or like a Kingdom Hearts PS5 came out, I'd probably switch my white one for that one.
Well, I said I got the God of War one. I got the God of War one because I needed a PS4 Pro, and got the God of War one. I love God of War. God of War. The first God of War is my favorite game, like ever made. It's not Infamous, so you know. I mean, it might be Infamous at this point, but I also might be Minecraft. I don't even know. I'm gonna have to relook at this. Maybe that's a topic for a future episode. But
Yeah.
I wanted it and I got it, but when I see a collector's edition of a PlayStation or any console, I don't automatically go for those. Like it's enticing, but I'm usually like, well, I don't need to buy a whole
I think
new.
it's always enticing. I always see them and I'm like, oh, that looks really cool.
Yeah,
Or if it's ugly, obviously it looks ugly, but
it's like
it's
buying a
always like,
new
wow,
car
that's
for
cool.
me.
Yeah.
Like I have a car and I can sit in it and it drives. We're good. I don't need a new car. By the time we got to PS4 Pro, I needed a new car. So I got a PS4 Pro, and this time it was a little blinged out, so it worked out. My Animal Crossing Switch, I got the Animal Crossing Switch because I only wanted it for Animal Crossing, and I wanted people to know when they saw the Switch, oh, you play Mario? No, I play Animal Crossing. Look at it. You fool. So, and then they see my classic wireless GameCube controller, and they're like, "You got broken hands?" And I go, "Yeah, but honestly, I bought it, and then that week I didn't play Minecraft or Animal Crossing. Still have never used that controller. So, good investment."
Alrighty.
I mean, I'm
Okay.
just gonna throw out there. Remember, Resident Evil 8 has a collector's edition that's $1,800.
His jacket. And I remember the Resident Evil 4 one that has jacket. I was like, oh,
Hey,
that's
hey.
cool.
What do you think that
It's a
says about
coat.
the quality of the
Right.
game, though?
Yeah, but okay,
Quality
hold on.
coat.
Well, yeah, wait. You know what? Hang on. Anyway, so we're moving on to rumors. So yeah, I'm going to keep it a little shorter this week, just because I think we're already at an hour and 20 here.
I mean, we had a full panel here, so makes sense.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah. So I got a couple here going. The first one is going to be, okay. Outriders. Actually, no, that's actually news now because that's already been confirmed already. Outriders got confirmed already. That's coming to Game Pass, correct?
Yeah, I don't know if you knew this, but you were the one who brought that up earlier in the show.
Oh, yeah, I did, yeah. Forgot.
Good talk.
Yeah, good talk. Yeah, I guess I'll go with this one first. So, you have more leaks coming out for Assassin's Creed Knighthood 2022. Again, I don't know what they're trying to do with this. I don't understand. Apparently, Altair and Maria make appearances in this game. This is going to be set in the Crusades. So we're going backwards, back to that era of the first game. I don't know if this is maybe going to be also considered maybe a remake or a reboot at that point in time. But it's going to have, it's set right after Third Crusade, has a bunch of small hub worlds, cross between old Assassin's Creed and old Tomb Raider. You see, it's pretty diverse, and you play as a knight, you follow King Richard, Altair and Maria make appearances, and game is coming from Sophia, who wanted an experiment with the series, coming 2022.
I mean, I would love to see Altair again, Maria as well. You said it's after the Third Crusade?
Yes.
Okay, so Assassin's Creed 1 takes place during the Third Crusade, and then I believe him and Maria marry and have children. And then the Third Crusade ends, because he doesn't die until like the mid-1200s, if I'm not mistaken. Big fan of the original Assassin's Creed stories.
The original ones were where it at.
I would love to see Altair again. I'm a big fan. Especially, I gotta replay Revelations. So good, I miss him.
I would never. I'm not. Even if Altair's there, I'm not gonna play it. I'm not gonna get anything with that.
I'm thinking of skipping Valhalla. I hear the trophies are glitched.
You should. I don't know why you would spend any money on that garbage franchise, title, game, company, all the above. My next one, Valheim is coming to consoles in June. Plans of Game Pass. New PC update is coming soon and coming to Mac in April. New DLC is coming soon for PC, and plans to for consoles after release for consoles. Valheim coming to PS5, PS4, Xbox Series XS, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and there's going to be a physical and a deluxe edition for consoles. Any thoughts on that? I know Valheim is a very, very popular thing right now. A lot of people are hopping on the Valheim train.
Trying to get my friend Alex to play it. I don't think he wants me to use his real name, so I won't. So his name is Alex. He refuses to. I thought that was still in beta. I don't know if Kevin, you know anything. Yeah, okay. And typically games in beta aren't released, like physical editions for PlayStation. Typically, I know they've made exceptions in the past.
PUBG was in beta still, and that was released for PlayStation, right?
So I know they've made exceptions. I don't know. Was PUBG in beta when it was released on PlayStation still?
There was no physical copy, I don't believe, until it was out.
So just digital.
Yeah. But then also, like, 7 Days to Die was released on PlayStation. There was a physical copy, and that was still in beta. I think it's still in beta now.
I don't think that game's been...
It's not?
Has it been released?
I don't think so. I'll look.
Okay. Yeah, look that up, because last time I played that, they they destroyed the game.
Any other thoughts on Valheim so far?
I would love to play it. It's like Minecraft. I'm trying to get people to play it. Some people here got new PCs and they won't play it with me either.
Alright. Doesn't look interesting.
Alright, well,
I
there you go.
don't get the hype.
See? Some people just won't play it.
Well, alright then.
Doesn't matter what you doing. What are you up to? You want to play it?
What was I looking up?
If 7 Days to Die is still in beta.
What was I looking up?
Wow, it is still in beta.
Yeah, that game's been in beta for about 60 years.
That's insane.
Wait, is it in beta or alpha still?
It came out in 2013. Well, it hit Steam in 2013, and it still has the early access game tag.
Okay, so as of June of 2020, it was in Alpha 19. So it might still be an alpha unless they moved on to beta finally.
I mean,
that's ridiculous.
Honestly.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Between alpha and beta, I mean.
Yeah, no, I know. I know. You're not wrong. Semantics.
Oh my God.
Yeah, most of the time, I've played games that are in alpha that play better than games in beta and some games that are even released. So. Yeah, I play
next
it.
one I got
Looks
is
fun.
apparently there's a March 26th Xbox event, and this has been talked about a couple times already. I mean, they already talked about the Bethesda stuff. I don't know what they would announce then. Maybe some new Halo Infinite footage, maybe some other stuff for Bethesda games. I don't know.
Too early for Halo, I think. Still.
That's supposed to come out in November this year.
Yeah, but I don't think you show anything until like a Fallout 4 situation. You don't show anything until June, and then boom, boom, boom. Hey, prove me wrong and show it. Why not? I mean, they showed screenshots and like, hey, we're making progress. Great, good for you guys. Hopefully that doesn't turn out to be a mess.
Dying Light 2 apparently is going to get some updates next Wednesday. That game's been also in pretty much development heck. They just don't... I don't know. They're the same boat as Dead Island 2 at this point in time, I think, Dying Light 2. They posted last year or a year before saying that they're going to postpone the game indefinitely to just keep working on it, I think. And also COVID didn't help, obviously, with that. So, any thoughts on that?
I think they've talked more openly about Dying Light 2. I think Dead Island 2 is the one where they like haven't
Postponed
said
indefinitely.
too much. Yeah, they had they weren't saying anything for a while, and they're like, "Hey, yeah, we're working on this. Probably it's coming out. Probably."
Gotcha.
Because I don't know, like Kevin and I always sing that trailer that came out a decade ago. At this point, it seems.
God, that was one of the
I'm about to blow up, boy. Yeah, that one. It was a copyright strike. That was a good episode.
Thanks for copyright strike.
So.
Hey, you get 3 of those, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about that. I wouldn't worry.
Sony Santa Monica is hiring a lead writer for an unannounced new project. They're hiring for new IP. A lot of people speculating it's Cory Barlog's next project, which is supposed to be a sci-fi game. He's spoken about before, like he wants to play a Mandalorian type of game where you control a space bounty hunter. Back in 2018, he was saying that he was developing a sci-fi game. I'm sorry, that was completely wrong. Sony Santa Monica was developing a sci-fi game, and maybe they're taking some aspects of it back in 2018 and a bit before that. So there's that. Eric Williams is directing Ragnarok, and then Cory Barlog's doing something else.
Yeah, this was rumored before that he wasn't directing Ragnarok.
Yeah, I think they just confirmed it. That's all. He came out and confirmed it too, right?
I don't know if they ever confirmed it.
Oh, okay. And I think that's pretty much what I got for this week. That's it. Yeah. I mean, like I said, it was a little bit shorter, so yeah. Anything else anybody wants to add?
Does anybody else have comments on the rumors other than me? I feel like I was the only one talking. I feel like I said something, you responded, and then we moved on.
Anybody else have any comments?
Desunoto, what do you think? What do you
Kevin,
think about all these rumors?
To be honest, I didn't really hear many of them.
What do you mean you didn't hear many of them? Did I talk too long? Guys, this is our panel. A guy who looks something up and then 2 seconds later asks what am I looking up again?
You know, before it used to be only
and then a guy
3
who
of
doesn't
us.
Listen.
And then it was 2 of us. And then you were like, let's invite more people on it. I'm like, yeah.
I like this.
And
this is great.
I think this is the issue that I have with Game Pass. Where, like, I don't think quantity is going to, like, bring us down.
Go back to talk about Game Pass.
But I think the quantity here is bringing us down. You know what I mean? We gotta cut one of them off. We gotta, because Desunoto, he's been on a couple now, so actually a few. Been here a few times.
I see ya.
Well, what?
I don't know where the door out is, so I'm just gonna sit back
It's over
down.
there under the
It's over
chat.
there.
Yeah.
No, it's too far away.
Yeah, it's fine. But yeah, no, like, it's fun having y'all here. Which ones didn't you hear?
Absolutely.
Or did you hear, Desunoto? Which ones did you hear? Do you have commentary on? No, we're putting them on the spot. Which ones you got commentary on?
Put them in the frying pan.
Load them up. We're going through them again. Desunoto, start. Talk.
Next week we're doing this all over again.
No,
I don't know if
we're no, come on. What, you said you heard some of them. What do you got?
All right, ready? Assassin's Creed 2022, Valheim coming to console, 26 March event for Xbox.
Isn't there a Sony thing too coming?
Yeah, God of War. I talked about. They're developing a game. Sony Santa Monica is hiring a lead writer for an unannounced new project. And then Dying Light 2. That was it.
Mm-hmm.
That's his comment. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, honestly, it was worth going back.
They all sound pretty good to me.
They all
They all sound. Were you listening, or were you not listening again? What they all sound pretty good to me. Okay, next time we got rumors, we go to Desunoto first. We just list them off, and then if he goes, they all sound pretty good, then we read them out. All right.
awesome.
Do you
That's what I'm gonna do.
have any commentary to add that's even more in depth than Desunoto's?
Nope.
I mean, honestly, you answered the question. It was a full answer. What he said had nothing to do with what we were talking. They all seem pretty good to me. Yeah, that's what you said. All right, Genesis, you know what to do. Close this son of a...
All right. Everybody, we'll see you guys next week again. Same time, same place. Probably outside next time, actually. Not same place, so I'll take that one back. But same time, same day.
Not probable. Should be outside. If we're not outside, please
we'll
let us know in the comments. We have made a mistake. We've done that before.
You guys know where to find us on Twitter at chatcrafting, on twitch.tv/craftingachat, and on Adam's channel, Starting Too Late, for YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Did you tweet about this episode, by the way?
I thought I tweeted it with the hashtag on Pi Day.
Oh, you did, but today is the day the show comes out.
All right, well, I'll post a late tweet saying that whoever missed it, go on the Twitch and you can watch the VOD.
Yeah, Twitch, YouTube.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or just skip it,
And
who cares?
No, don't do that. We had a full panel this time. I want this. This is one of
we had like
most
a panel
episodes.
of 2.5. Let's be honest with each other, right?
No, because listen, Kevin gave his his insight on Diablo 2, and
That's the half.
gave a good topic with Collector's Edition, and we did what we do. So
Hey, I'm saying Kevin was the half, Desunoto was another half. All right.
And I'm a quarter, and you make up 2.
No, you and I are 1 each. It masked to 2.5. Don't think about it. Keep going.
Everybody stay safe out there. Don't do anything dumb. Don't do anything stupid. Don't spend your stimulus checks on things that are dumb. Save them to do something good with them.
No, spend
I
them on
bought a chair. I also bought a tablet and a watch.
Don't do what Desunoto did, okay? Don't do what he did.
Yeah, I was going to say...
Everything was on sale, by the way.
I was saying spend it on whatever you want. Yeah, don't do what he did. Save it for someone else.
Save it, yeah, please save it. Because who knows when you'll get it next. Because, honestly, who knows about anything in this lifetime. But anyway, we'll see you guys next week. And we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.
Bye. Stay friendly, stay crafty, stay chatting, whatever.